Hello Stratters. So I played a lot of Burn lately in Modern. This week I'm gonna try out Nacatl Burn. So I took a list out from SCG Modern Open Challenge in Milwaukee. Brian Baumberger got 22nd place with this list. So this is what I'm gonna play. I have replaced 2 Copperline Gorges with a Sacred Foundry and a Stomping Ground. Simply because I don't have Copperline Gorges. I don't think the difference is that big. He was a funny guy and had a Squire in the sideboard, so I put in my 4th core Firewalker instead. The Skullcracks are in the sideboard, which is different for me. Otherwise the list looks pretty stock. I kind of like it because you get rid of all the weird one-offs in the deck, and then you put in the Nacatls. So well, let's walk through it a bit then. The best creature, everybody says, the best creature in the deck is Goblin Guide. Coming out, hasted, turn 1, it's just awesome. Sorry for my voice, I've been killing it by podcasting. So what else? We'll talk about every card in order here. Yeah, 4 Lightning Bolts, best card in Modern, according to Masters on Modern podcast. Fantastic card. Monastery Swift Spear, sort of Goblin Guide number 5 to 8. Not as good as Goblin Guide. Pretty good though. Eidolon of the Great Revel. Yeah, they're still in there. They are very hard to play. They are the hardest thing to play in the deck, I think. But they are good, of course. We have 1 Grim Lavamancer. That's a very weird number. Sort of the 60th card, I guess. I would like 2 Grim Lavamancers. Lava Spike. Anything that does 3 damage for 1 mana is fantastic. So that's why I like that card when you sacrifice a land as well. Okay, we've got 4 Searing Blades main deck. That's rough. I would like 1 in the sideboard. And that should maybe be the last card in the sideboard. Then I should put in one of those. Sacrifice a land. But let's stick with this list. It worked for Brian in Milwaukee. And I like Milwaukee, so let's keep it there. 4 Rift Bolts, pretty stock. 4 Wild Nacatl, 4 Tarkas Command. Tarkas Command, super good. I missed kill last week that I had with a Tarkas Command, and I am so sorry for that. I'm really ashamed. Boros Charm, 4 damage for 2 mana is okay. I guess it has to be there. Not very impressed by it. The lands, well, you don't have to talk too much about them. Against some decks, you really need to remove stuff, so Path to Exile comes in. Generally feels horrible to play. I love my core Firewalkers. We've discussed that before. I want 8 of them in the mirror. 4 Destructive Revel is sort of catch all. We don't have any extras against Affinity, which I do like. Deflecting Palm, still played by everyone. I think it sits around in the hand too much, but I know I'm wrong, so I'm keeping it there in the deck. And 3 Skullcracks. Now I have the full 7 Skullcracks with Atarka's commands. That's super awesome. Let's review Atarka's command again because it is so good. So we get to choose 2 of these. We can do the full Skullcrack effect at the same cost as Skullcrack. Or we can put a land card. I've done that several times actually. And then of course you have the big pump. And I guess that is much better in the Nacatl list. So now I wonder, the first thing I wonder with this deck, the rule in the normal Burn deck without Nacatls is that you play Goblin Guide first. But here, do you play Nacatl first? I guess you do. I'm not sure. We shall see. Surely that situation will come up. Then, of course, the reason not to play Nacatl is that it doesn't have haste and it's a horrible top deck because it does nothing. It can do stone cold nothing. And we don't want that for the deck. But I think applying early pressure is easier in this deck. So now, gonna try it. If you have any opinions on the list, any card you want to remove. If you want to add a card to the list, you have to tell me what card to remove. But this is the list we're gonna try. Thank you for